Alright lads, so one of the new things getting introduced in our upcoming end of year banner is Status Ailment Plus. This is going to be a new way to make status elements better. As stated here, status elements with the plus symbol are more powerful and last longer than regular status elements. But the biggest thing you are going to see with status element plus effects is the fact that they can be inflicted on a character who is already inflicted with another status element. And that's going to be one of the things that makes Senjumaru super fun, because she can inflict every status element in the game almost. But what I'm more excited about with Status Element Plus is the impact it might have on normal attack damage characters, and I really do believe this might be what normal attack damage characters need to succeed in the year 2025. But why exactly is that? Well, let's talk about it. So first up, if we have a look at the state of normal attack damage characters released in the year 2024, is one, we got a lot of normal attack damage characters this year. Literally, if we just look at these 3 rows of characters, Shunsui was the start of the year, Grammy was the last banner of the year. First and last mid-month more so. So we got 3 rows of characters here, and every single normal attack damage character was in a way designed to not really be a fun unit, but instead be really good in the game mode they are designed for, whether that's Brave Battles or in Guild Quests. Almost every character here, maybe with the exception of Nemu, but even then she's still clearly designed in mind for a Guild Quest. They're all designed for a particular game modes. And in a way, this kind of has been a double-edged sword, because the very hard Guild Quest update that we did get last year has kind of revitalized normal attack damage characters, actually made them useful to a certain extent. That is where we have seen a bunch of NAD characters designed for Guild Quests and also Brave Battles. More so Guild Quests though, because if we have a look at the previous year, you'll see here that we only had we didn't even get 2 rows of characters with normal attack damage in the year 2023. I actually remember last year asking for new normal attack damage characters because we just weren't getting any. So kind of a stark difference compared to 2023 and also the year 2024. But the problem that we see with these characters, if we look at them more specifically, let's use Mask Demasculine as an example. One, the big thing that a lot of people dislike, and this is even now affecting spiritual pressure units, is the fact that they have Guild Quest specific skills. And it's just overall dumb. Many people would agree with that. It makes the characters less fun when you're using them in other game modes. And for normal attack damage characters like this, for example, it just makes them a lot worse when you're actually using them, because these characters are designed to be used as auto-controlled characters in Guild Quests, so they actually perform better when you're not using them. And I think that's kind of stupid for characters, especially a lot of them when we're getting potentially 3 rows worth of these characters in any given year. So obviously, with SP and attack units, one thing I'm hoping to see in 2025 is a lot less Guild Quest specific skills. Give characters like this Flare +2 everywhere. Give characters like this Frenzy +3 everywhere. Don't make it specifically only for one particular game mode. But that's only one way to make them a lot more appealing to use outside of Guild Quest and overall more fun. One thing you will also notice with majority of these characters here released for Guild Quest is that a lot of them can't even inflict any status elements, and not a single character here has one skill that hasn't returned in 2 years, the 80% attack boost. And this skill is vital in my opinion to making normal attack damage characters better and more than just a Guild Quest character or by default Brave Battle character. What we've been lacking in the year 2024 is normal attack damage characters designed to just be good and fun, instead of being designed specifically for one piece of content. And Aizen is basically the last character that many would agree was a normal attack damage character released during our anniversary that is just fun to play with. And with that in mind, Aizen has all the skills you want. He has Flurry +1, a high bruiser value, or at least good enough for his release, and the 80% attack boost with an increased status and chance to inflict weakening. He has a barrier and boost SA2, and then also, even better, he has the gauge effects. It's all that stuff combined to make him one of the best normal attack damage characters in the game, even 2 years later. But also, most importantly, just fun, and one of the main things that make him stand out is the 80% attack boost. This skill is important, it makes characters better, like with spiritual pressure units, it makes them better. It's almost mandatory for SP units nowadays, let's be honest. The difference is though, every SP character gets the 80% spiritual pressure boost, whereas this point in time, 2 years later, only 2 characters have gotten the 80% attack boost. And ultimately, the reason for that is because since these characters are designed in mind to be used in Guild Quests, the 80% attack boost wouldn't be that good. Because the current meta right now in Guild Quests is your SP spiritual pressure unit is likely taking all the status procs. Giselle, Bambietta, Retsu, Byakuya, even Rukia, all these characters that are just really good units, some designed in mind for Guild Quests, they all have an increased chance against all the enemies that you will see in Guild Quests, and therefore, by default, they are just hogging all these status element procs. If a character you are using, let's say for example you are using Bambietta in the ranged Aranka Guild Quests, alongside 1000 Blood War Aizen, since Bambietta is hitting so many times and has all the strong attacks likely ready to go, chances are Aizen isn't even going to get a status proc. Therefore, he's not going to get his 80% attack boost. And that's why, even though the damage potential for Aizen is actually really high, you are just better off, granted they did release 2 years apart, but you are just better off using someone like Robert, a character who objectively is worse outside of Guild Quest, but you're better off using him because his damage output is just more consistent. Flurry +2, high bruiser value, and at no point will his damage output not be good. With Aizen, his damage output in Guild Quest, unless the gauge is active, if he doesn't get the attack boost, which likely with Bambietta he isn't going to, his damage output is going to be low. And that ultimately is the reason why every Guild Quest character we have gotten, one, most of them can't inflict status ailments as to not disrupt your main SP unit, but 2, even if they had status ailments, they aren't given the attack boost because likely they're not going to inflict it. But now, with the introduction of the status ailment plus, I really do think this is going to spice things up for normal attack damage characters, and now I would like to say so, opens up the door for them to be given the 80% attack boost, even if they are still designed in mind for Guild Quests. Because using Arskin as an example, our new upcoming normal attack damage character designed for Brave Battles, one, he has the thing a lot of us have been asking for: get rid of these Guild Quest Brave Battle specific damage output skills. He still has a lot of Brave Battle skills, right? But in terms of damage output, he has Flurry +3 everywhere and a 50% bruiser. Like, that is actually really good. And it means if you are using him in terms of damage output, he's performing the same in every game which you put him against. But he's a character that also, one, has the debilitator skill, having it increased chance to inflict status ailments against everyone, but he's also releasing alongside poison plus status ailment, therefore meaning if you are hypothetically, right, let's go and actually have a look at the ranged Sternritter Guild Quests. This is a game mode that you can use him with, right? If Toshiro, who's more likely going to inflict freeze against the enemy, if he inflicts a status ailment, Arskin will then still be able to inflict poison, and hypothetically, if he had this 80% attack boost skill, Toshiro inflicting the freeze wouldn't stop him from being good in Guild Quest and therefore getting his main damage dealing effects. Now, at the same time, you can look at it again as a double-edged sword. Arskin inflicting status ailments reliably, even with the status ailment plus, could actually impact Toshiro. But in the future, let's say a year from now, right, every new character has status ailment plus. Everyone is just inflicting status ailments. No one's taking it away from anyone. This should allow both attack characters and SP characters to get their attack and SP boost. And that should hopefully give Caleb a reason to start throwing on the attack boost on more characters other than just 2 units. And at the same time, if they can get rid of the Guild Quest specific skills, we'd be in a much better place. But even then, even if Caleb are still insistent on having characters with Flurry +2 only in Guild Quest, if we can start getting the attack boost, which now I think is something that characters should be getting if they have status ailment plus, because they'll be able to reliably inflict status ailments, therefore getting the attack boost, and hopefully not taken away from your main SP unit, we should hopefully start to see a rise of normal attack damage characters being just more fun in and outside of Guild Quests. Ultimately, that's still going to come down to Caleb. Even with status ailment plus opening the doors for normal attack damage characters to start getting the attack boost again, it still comes down to Caleb to put that skill on units. At the same time, you know, it'd still be great to see a normal attack damage character designed to be fun, like 1000 Blood War Aizen, that isn't designed in mind to specifically be used in Brave Battles or Guild Quests. I honestly really wouldn't mind a Limit Breaker character of the month, usually the most fun character of any month, to be released as a normal attack damage character. I think they can really make it work. There's still a lot of skills that we don't see all that often that normal attack damage characters can strive with. For example, the Disabler skill, which we are seeing on Arskin. Follow-up is a skill that we very rarely see, and this makes it so normal attack damage characters can hit any enemy that is knocked on the floor. Usually you have to wait for them to get back up. And I don't think the skill is even shown here because it's been such a long time since the characters had this skill, but there is this skill called Adrenaline that increases the attack speed of any normal attack damage character. That would also be really good on a normal attack damage character in and outside of Guild Quest, even in Brave Hours. That would make them better. And again, for playing purposes, using the character outside of those desired game modes, it would just make them more fun. So yeah, these new status ailment plus are definitely going to be the future of Brave Souls. Characters obviously are going to be better with it. Maybe, like with Senjumari, it does open the doors for characters to have multiple status elements on one character, but I really do believe this might be the key to make normal attack damage characters better, even if they are designed in Guild Quest, because it should now hopefully allow them to reliably get their attack boost, therefore allowing them to even get the attack boost skill in the first place, because we haven't seen it return in 2 years, because every normal attack damage character has been designed for Guild Quest or Brave Battles, where the attack boost at this current state of the game just wouldn't be good, because likely they're not going to inflict a status on them. So will the year 2025 be the year for good normal attack damage characters outside of Guild Quest? One would hope, only time will tell, but I feel like going into the year with the new status element plus, it should hopefully, at least in my opinion, open the doors for good normal attack damage characters. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.